Brickmaniacs, it is time for another episode of Brickmania TV. Welcome back, Brickmaniacs. Today on Brickmania TV, Dan has a very special new kit for us. I believe we've seen something very similar to this in the past.
Right, well, we've done.
Let's get right into it.
The Cobra.
Yes, the Cobra.
This is a AH-1Z Zulu Cobra. So the Z for Zulu, phonetic alphabet. Zulu Cobra, or the Viper, as the Marines refer to.
Yes, so this is specifically the Marines version of this, right?
Right, it's a twin-engine Cobra, so you have the twin engines on top, which is normal for the Marines.
Right.
They prefer anything with twin engines if they're flying it off a ship. The Navy prefers that. So there is a twin engine Cobra, but this is the latest and greatest. It looks very similar, shares the same ancestry with the Vietnam Cobra, but it's almost a completely different aircraft.
Right.
And even the model's different. It kind of followed the same path that, during the various Gulf Wars, they used the AH-1W. The whiskey Viper, the whiskey Cobra. So this is the next generation. Lots of new innovations. They have a four-bladed rotor. I'll show you this real quick. It's a four-bladed rotor. On the real thing, it's bearingless, just like mine. It's bearingless rotor. It's a new innovation.
Ooh.
New innovation for them. I've always made bearingless rotors.
Is that where they got the idea from?
No, I think they came up with the whole idea of this latest generation. So like the Navy and the Marines were kicking around the idea of getting Apaches, and they decided they were just too expensive. And Boeing had on its own had started redoing the last Cobra.
Right.
They put all these innovations they had on their wish list that they wanted to try out. They paid for it out of their own pocket, which means they billed it to somebody else, and said, "Hey, we have this new Cobra. Do you want it?" And the price was right. Everything was done to the specifications that worked for the Marine Corps. Yeah. So some of the innovations, this new rotor, they brought the tail rotor back to the other side, and have a four-bladed rotor. It's actually not even four-bladed. It's actually two-bladed rotors side by side. So in effect, making four blades.
Right.
Some of the other innovations on it, they have these. A different shaped exhaust nozzle. Apparently the old one was heating up the tail boom as it flew, and it would make a really nice infrared signature for anti-aircraft missiles to lock
Convenient.
onto. So they split the exhaust to the sides, and apparently it's very effective at masking the infrared radiation.
Awesome. So maybe some notable conflicts that this thing has been. It's pretty new, right?
Right. I think you'd see it in. It's basically going to be on all of the Marine Expeditionary Units, so you'll be on all the attack aircraft carriers, with the LHE, the landing ship docks and whatnot. They would be flying patrol, basically air cover. You probably see them in Afghanistan. I've not been to Afghanistan, so I can't guarantee that, but I've actually seen these things flying around when I was in San Diego. It was pretty cool.
So what's their main combat function?
Air cover. Yeah. It's ground support. So basically close air cover. If you're landing troops from a ship, either by hovercraft or LVT or other helicopter, you're going to want to have somebody flying air cover. So this is equipped with all kinds of rockets. It has, of course, this chain gun in the front, which is pretty cool. That the new helmet they have will actually have like a heads-up display in the helmet. And they can turn their head, and the gun will follow where their head points. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So they can kind of point and shoot. They did some cool things with the original Cobras. All had sort of a fixed combat station. The guy in the front was the gunner. The guy in the back was the pilot. And the controls, like one couldn't really do the job of the other. One of the new innovations of this is that both the pilot and the gunner have control of the aircraft and control of weapons. So
if one gets injured,
the other guy can take over the function of the other guy. At least get the bird back home.
Right.
That's a new feature that they incorporated into this. Another thing that they didn't do before is that this one has an actual anti-aircraft or air-to-air capability with the Sidewinder missiles on it. That's a new. These are typically found on jets.
Yeah.
But they put them on the helicopter. I guess this helicopter can fly faster and you're basically almost at an airplane characteristics at this point.
Right.
So. But what we have shown here, actually, speaking of...
Yeah, I mean, maybe let's just get right into the model.
Sure, well, I'm going to pull off some of these weapons, because this is actually an add-on pack. So the add-on pack The weapons do not come with it. You basically get a stripped down Cobra. So we have 2 Sidewinder missiles. I'll just go over the add-on pack since as I take it apart here. You get 2 Sidewinder missiles. You get 2 pods of Hellfire missiles, which are these basically general purpose anti-tank, anti-terrorist, whatever you want to point them at and destroy. One feature I didn't get is that there is a longbow radar. Apache had the longbow radar, so there is a longbow pod, but since I didn't have the right rockets on here, I figured I didn't need the pod on them. We have the Sidewinders in the place. So those are air-to-air. These are air-to-ground, basically, if you want to destroy a vehicle or something like that, that's what you use. And then we have these little Zuni rocket pods. You get 2 of these as well.
So this is the add-on pack right in front of the helicopter.
Yeah, these pylons, actually, you need the pylons for the Zuni. They're not Zuni, they're Hydra rockets. 70mm Hydra rockets. Zuni rockets are actually bigger. They're 5-inch rockets. These are 70mm rockets, a little bit bigger, like 2.5 inches. So this is the actual version that you get as the kit. This is the base model. You get the only armament that's on it is the gun itself. One thing that I should note is that the previous versions of the Cobra, if you would have grabbed onto the little winglet like this, it would have popped off. Right. I decided when I did the rebuild, I'd make that piece go all the way through. So it's one piece; it will not come off.
I mean, this entire helicopter is incredibly sturdy. It's so sturdy.
Right. It is.
I was watching you like sandwich these 2 halves together to this. There's this solid brick in the middle. This core is just.
Yeah, it's sturdy. If you've built the other ones, you'll know that that's sturdy, but this is even sturdier because all the brackets hold together.
There's like a 50 stud connection involved in putting this thing. It's just like watching you sandwich that.
It's pretty cool. We did do some new printed elements for this. The previous Cobra had the chaff dispensers on the wings. When they redid the Zulu Cobra here, they actually made these chaff dispensers integral into the body. So we have printed elements. These little tiles are printed. What you see, the Marines, the 879, which is actually the kit number. If you guys want to know what these numbers we put on the kits are, and the little roundels and the danger air and the jet intake, those are all stickers. Yeah. So it's a sticker pack. You could actually use it on your own to make other things. But then they have a little printed tile here.
You can see it on the minifigures over here.
Yeah, we've previously done that as a sticker, but we decided since we keep using it over and over again, we're just going to print this aircraft control stuff. We have it in other helicopters and stuff. We'll use it again and again. Yeah. So we've made that a printed element now, and then of course we have the sensor pod on the front. That's
the
also printed. Fleur. I'm not even sure. It's like a whole sensor package.
Probably,
I think. It's like a big ball. And incidentally, when they're not flying, they actually turn the sensors in towards the helicopter.
So you don't get
body.
bugs in the front of it.
Yeah, they don't. If they don't need any unnecessary potential damage, so they will actually turn that in. So you'll see that a lot. Some other kind of cool things are these things will actually fold. You'll see them when they're moving them around on a carrier.
So these are designed to be stored inside of an attack carrier.
Right. So it's down in the hangar deck. They fold up the rotor blades. Or they'll have them parked on the deck side by side. So it's pretty cool. That's kind of hinting at what we're going to be working on as our next mega build. So
we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to be over the winter. We have some big plans.
Yep. Super. What else? We are also movable. What are those called?
They're horizontal stabilizers.
Horizontal stabilizers.
I believe. I don't know. I'm sure somebody can tell me if I'm wrong.
The kit comes with 2 custom printed minifigures. That's standard with the kit.
The guys that are in the pilot cockpit right now, they're just standing. These are the guys that are out here are the figures you get with it.
So they're just wearing a standard jumpsuit, and then there's this vest that they're wearing on top. There's kind of this life preserver thing that when they pull on some cords, it self-inflates.
Right, because they do fly these over the ocean.
Right. And then I put a pistol on the front. Maybe they're in a more, hot combat zone, so who knows.
Yep.
And then some pouches.
It would be typical that a pilot in a combat aircraft would have self-defense weapon.
Right. So you get 2 of these guys. Side printing. I really like how this vest turned out. It's just cool seeing these different, the cool contrast on these guys, and it is an interesting uniform. So.
And people have commented about the 2-tone color scheme of this. This is actually accurate. Mm-hmm. The color, it's closer. The upper color is actually more of a blue-gray. So this is, I couldn't really, the pieces we would need to make it the right color don't exist, unfortunately. Right. So this is the best I could do. So this is the current color scheme that these things fly under. So this is actually the most current Marines ground support or basically helicopter gunship in the right colors right camo scheme, everything. So.
That's cool. That's
So
cool.
if you're looking for ultra modern, ultra now, this is it.
This is it. So this is the standard model. So this comes with everything you see here, including 2 figures.
2 figures, the printed element sticker sheet.
Right. So and there's this add-on pack that you can add to make it bristling with weaponry. Any plans down the road for additional add-on packs to go with this?
No, but one thing I should mention. I mean, I could maybe post the instructions on how to do the longbow radar pod. There are other weapons, but this is a typical loadout.
Right.
They can actually fly with these in different configurations. You could have a total of this is 8 Hellfire missiles. You could have 16 Hellfire missiles, or you could have 4 of the Hydra rocket.
Yeah. So if you wanted to, you could feasibly pick up 2 of those add-on packs.
Right. Or you could
get whatever loadout that you want.
can make your own. We actually sell this as part of the Air Force.
Yeah.
I think it might be light gray, so you can change the color of your pods, but
yeah,
you can get it, or you could just
2 packs.
take them off your Apache.
Wow, yeah.
Because they're part of the Apache, and I believe they are also in the what's the Little Bird?
Is it?
As the Little Bird.
No, Little Bird's tinier, aren't they?
Which one? No, what I'm thinking. Maybe it's the
Apache.
No, the Huey, the UH-1C.
Okay.
Gunship has this same piece, so you can basically take that. We're actually working. Cody and I are making a concerted effort to standardize all the weapons loadouts. So when you have these are actually Cody's Sidewinders, in fact. Cody's versions of the Hellfire missiles. Basically, we're going to standardize all of our weapons loadouts. So if you buy one aircraft, and I have the weapons loadout for this one, you can actually use it on the other ones, because there are more aircraft, more helicopters, of course, everything coming down the pipeline. You'll be able to use the old with the new, and basically, if you have one good design, might as well stick with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Cool. All right, that's the latest kit designed by Dan Siskind.
Right.
Is the Viper, the all-new Marines Viper. And what's the full name on this?
UH-1Z.
UH-1Z Viper.
Viper is the call sign, but a lot of people call it the Zulu Cobra because it's a Z, the last Cobra.
Sure. Cool. All right, another awesome, cool model designed by Dan. For more information on this model and many other cool models, check out brickmania.com. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.